years we're with the tribe, that doesn't really count.
We on?
So he's double dipping. It's even worse.
We're on. We're on.
Good evening and welcome to a regularly scheduled meeting of the Hartford City Plan Commission. We do have a quorum here. I'd like to call the meeting to order and ask for acceptance of the minutes of January 8th, 2023.
Motion to accept.
A motion to accept by David, second by Joe. Any comments, questions, concerns? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried, thank you. Next is appearances. We do allow appearances at all of our public meetings. So any citizen who would like to come up is more than welcome to go up to the podium, state their name and city address, and you get 3 glorious minutes. Second call, third call. And with that, we go on to item number 4, discussion and consideration of a sign permit for Frosty Freeze AC Products Company at 128, 130, and 140 North Main Street. With a name like Frosty Freeze, I would hope they would be handing out ice cream cones. So, what do you got for us?
All right, so we're looking at the proposed signs for, within the Business Improvement District at Frosty Freeze AC Product Company. It's at 3 locations, 128, 130, and 140 North Main Street. In your packet are the actual sign dimensions. Again, here are the signs for the properties. This is the current location. They additionally bought the adjacent properties. So the new sign here. And then what was Aaron's Enterprise Liquidation Center now has this signage. And then the abutting property has this signage as well.
Well, it'll be easy enough to find.
Yeah. And more of the signage. In regards to the zoning code, it meets all the sign standards, so there's no issues from the zoning standpoint or from within our department. So we're looking for where the city staff is recommending approval of the proposed signs. Again, we can't really comment on content based or anything like that, just doesn't meet the sign code criteria, which it does, and we're asking for approval by the Plan Commission.
Thank you. Any questions for city staff? If not, would look for motion to approve.
So moved.
Tony to move and Scott second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Thank you. Next, discussion and consideration of a sign permit for Beige Boutique at 102 North Main Street.
Okay. So Alexandra Renard is here. She submitted an application for Beige Boutique at 102 North Main Street.
Hi.
That's her. The sign is 5.58 square feet. Meets all the requirements for the zoning code and all the sign code. So again, we're looking for a recommendation of the proposed sign wall in the Business Improvement District at 102 North Main Street for Beige Boutique.
That is so beige, I can't even read it. Is it on there?
It is.
I think it's the scan.
I would like to maybe have her outline very lightly in black, just to make it stand out, but the logo is white and beige, yeah.
Yes, white and beige really is beigey.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
to see.
just so it pops a little bit more so people can find you, that's
Yeah,
all.
I do have a question, am I allowed to?
In fact, because we have a small group, if you'd like to come up to the podium, state your name, your business, your address.
Not great in front of people, but that's okay.
Well, you're not in front of people, you're in front
Live
of,
people.
you're in front of a vast television audience.
Oh, gosh, that's worse.
Snappy.
Just pull the mic up a
You
little.
can hear me, I can project.
There you
Oh,
go.
gosh, okay, now it's really on. Okay, so a couple things. I really don't like that. Can I just talk to you guys?
No.
Okay, so the lady came up to me for the bid district saying that there is a grant, a matching grant for signage exteriorly. Does that make sense? You guys know about this?
Yes, that would be through the bid.
Yep.
Yep.
So I don't know if I adjust my signage based on that, like as far as like, do I do a larger sign? Do I do a sign that has like a parallel and I'm allowed to come out a foot per the permit law? So I just didn't know, because I know I'd like a sign up ASAP, obviously, because I'm new to town and I'm new to business, but that deadline's not till the end of May. So I'm not sure. I don't want to put a sign up and then like figure out that would be actually the better spot to have. I'm sorry, I found out about this 2 days ago, so I'm just,
Jacob, could you handle that with?
Yep, yeah, we'll discuss it internally. When you have, we can talk tomorrow
okay.
in regards to that, but the sign as is proposed right now is what we're approving.
But I'm saying if I went bigger, if it was,
As long as it meets the code and you're not going over a significant square footage.
it would just be
increase.
wider
Yeah.
than
It
current.
should, we should be able to, they can make a motion to approve so long as it meets the zoning code
Okay.
standards.
Okay, I just didn't want to like
Yeah.
put this up and then take it down and put up
Understood.
another one because it's not
Yeah.
till the end of May, so.
Okay.
Thank you so
Well,
much.
best of luck on your new business.
Yeah,
Always
thank you
welcoming
so
new
much.
businesses. If I just, where are you coming from?
So I actually opened one in West Bend, in October.
Okay, West
And
Bend.
it's going very well, and
Good.
so we launched in Hartford, last Thursday.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Well, then, if it's okay, we'll have the discussion and consideration of the sign permit for Beige Boutique with the stipulation that if they would make it bigger, as long as it falls within all proper measurements as per our city ordinances, we would not have to come back to the Plan Commission.
That works, yes.
Okay, so with that in mind, we'll look for a motion to approve.
I approve.
We got Joe and Scott.
Thank you, guys, I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. All those in favor
Good luck.
signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, no. Motion carried. Super, that went well. Okay, now we have the discussion only of our new housing fee report, and with that, we go back to our city planner, Jacob Maas.
All right, this is a non-actionable item. Again, in 2017, the state of Wisconsin passed Act 234, which mandated any city over 10,000 people to create a new housing fee report. It's just a mandate by the state that we had to do. The main key component of the state statute is that paren 4, if a fee or amount of fee under subsection 2, paren A, which is pretty much everything in here, is not properly posted as required under the subsection 3A, we have to post this online as well, so people can find it. The municipality may not charge the fee, so that's why it's important that we get that out there so we can charge these fees as part of our permitting process. And again, the one example on there is, which we did outside of the requirements of the code, is what would it cost if you developed a 25,000 square foot, or not 25, a 2,500 square foot residential single-family house, what it would cost in permitting fees to the city. And the vast majority of that is the rec fee for the sanitary line charge. But otherwise, we're in line with pretty much everyone.
So
Yeah, go ahead. Any questions,
yeah,
please?
so is this just posting the different fees, so if people are out looking, they could see which the fee would be for the size of the home they want to build?
Correct, yes. It's very helpful, especially when you're dealing with multifamily developers or any housing developer. What is the cost of development, or what are the permitting fees for a development here in the city of Hartford? It's very helpful to pass that off to the developer. That way, there's nothing that they don't foresee. There's a couple fees that are more development dependent, like the tornadoes or the fire sirens, tornado sirens, emergency sirens. Those are depending on the need in that subdivision. Some subdivisions don't need them, whereas some do, so that gets worked in the developer's agreement, so there's no fixed fee for that one.
Okay.
But otherwise, it's pretty much it pretty much opens everything up to the developers to see what is gonna be charged.
Right, so all it is really posting the fees, it's not really approving the fees?
No,
It's out there.
that's under chapter 42.
Super. Okay.
Those are your questions.
Hearing no other questions, we go to our city planner's report. Justin?
All right, so we talked about how we are creating this one central area, pretty much the old plat of the city for, let me scroll on down here. It's a long report. Well, first off, prior to my arrival, I believe you guys approved kind of the the code for the Mead Hunt study for the airport approach protection zone.
Yes.
This is the map that we finally got from the Bureau of Aeronautics from the DOT. So this is the height limitation zones for the airport. The good news is they're less restrictive than the current ones, so that's always a good thing, especially for development when you move out away from the airport. So that's the good news. So that's the map we finally got from the Bureau of Aeronautics 2-3 weeks ago. So this is.
When you say we got through what? Through the state, through the FAA? Who did we get?
This is who we got this map from?
Oh, I thought you said we got this map through. I thought you meant we were pushing it through something.
Oh, no, we got, I believe, at one time prior to my arrival, right before I came on, there was the Mead Hunt study, the airport plan, as well as the zoning code for that was approved based on the movement of this map going forward. So this map and the airport zoning code will be in the new zoning code. This is the map that sets the elevation limits for those properties.
Okay.
We just received those about 2 or 3 weeks ago from the Bureau of Aeronautics.
Bureau of Aeronautics. Okay,
Yep.
Thank you. That's
Yep.
what I was looking for. Super.
Yep. And then moving on, so this map here, let me zoom out. So this area here is pretty much the entire old plat of the city of Hartford for the most part. These are all the zones, or all the residential zoning districts. And if you look up here, it's quite the collage of colors so what we're doing is we're gonna create just one zoning district for this one, and it's gonna be CC1 mixed residential. It's called the Historic Lot District. So these are ones that are gonna eliminate a lot of the legal non-conforming properties, and it's gonna reduce those issues of development on those properties moving forward. And then it puts them all under one type of zoning class instead of all these hodgepodge of different zoning districts and different regulations. And it should make everything easier on residents as well as staff. So that will kind of condense that down into one single district as opposed to, again, this huge
Hodgepodge?
hodgepodge of zoning districts. And then on to the next one is the kind of off of Main Street, the periphery commercial district. That one will be CC2, the downtown transition. So again, these are the commercial lots. And again, that will kind of make it easier. Instead of having different types of zoning classes, it'll just be one zoning class for the periphery commercial properties to the downtown. And then we'll have the actual downtown core, which will be the CC3, and that is your Main Street development or your Main Street businesses. And then as part of that, there was the land use, allowable land uses for the districts. So you can see each one for CC1, CC2, CC3, then each type of the land use, that's what is either allowed, not, if it's blank white across like here, that means that it's not an allowed use in either. So in the case of CC1, CC2, CC3, manufactured home park, so mobile home park is not allowed in this district. So it's white across, whereas mixed-use residential is not allowed in CC1, but it is allowed as a conditional use in CC2 and CC3. The mixed-use residential is usually more your commercial on the bottom, residential on top type of land use. But that's how this plays out. If you see a P, it means it's permitted by right, it means it doesn't have to go through the Plan Commission. And again, a C means a conditional use. And then it goes, and then on the secondary review, it states what boards it has to go through, whether it's internal or it has to go through the Plan Commission or.
Is this
another body.
completed already?
It's not, it's still in the draft form. So if you have any changes that you'd like to see on this, feel free to reach out to my office in regards to what you would like to see in the districts.
Once that's completed, I would ask if you would please provide a color copy of that
Yep.
to each member of the Plan Commission.
Will do.
Thank you.
But otherwise, there's no action on this. It's just if there's any questions out there, feel free to ask them. We did get a bigger land use where it defines all the land uses and all the regulations to them. That is a bigger document. That one is currently under review within our department, and then hopefully within the next month or two, we'll get that out to you for review as well.
Okay. I'd also like if I could get a bigger version of the one that you have for the airport.
Yes,
Leave
sir.
that in my office. That'd be great. I'd appreciate that.
Will do.
Great, thank you. Any other questions that we have for Jacob while he's here? If not, oh, go ahead, Tony, I'm sorry.
Just real quick, Jacob. So I'm just looking at CC3 as an example.
Yep.
Downtown core. Up in the right-hand corner, it's showing the current zoning of that area there. So are you looking at taking and blending that more or less into this CC3? Is
Yeah,
that what
all
that's
those,
happening?
yeah, that's what we'll all, instead of having 3 separate zoning districts in there, there'll be just one.
Okay. So it's going to be
Yeah.
a combination of those
Yeah, yeah.
elements.
Yeah.
Consolidating some of them.
into-
Yep.
Yeah, okay, very good.
Super, thank you very much. That being the last item, I call this meeting adjourned, up to the call of the chair. Thank you.